Dear John, first of all, congratulations on your retirement as editor of the Journal. Although we all know that it has been left in good hands, we also know that you are irreplaceable. I am proud to have had an article published there under your watch, and I am grateful for the contributions that you and your staff made to that article. As important as the Journal has been to many of our careers, not only as a publication site, but as a learning center and a knowledge base, of equal importance is the way that you have been involved personally in the development of many of our careers, and I want to thank you for that here and now. I came to Rice in 1987 on a one-year Mellon visiting assistant professorship. You might not remember that this was a last-minute appointment offered to me when Julia Scott decided to move on to Chicago. I was grateful for the appointment, but I felt totally unprepared for it. If you had any inkling of that, though, you never let on. I'd like to think that by the second semester I found my rhythm, but so much went wrong that year that I can't say with any conviction that I did. In those unexpected interventions of real life, you were a most amazing colleague. I don't know what I would have done were it not for your kindness and that of your colleagues. When I had to move out of an apartment because of noise very soon after arriving, you and Ira Gruber and perhaps a couple of your students and other colleagues showed up to move me out. If memory serves me, you found my new place. And later, when my car was stolen, the day before I was leaving for Colorado, you came to my rescue again. My book manuscript, the only corrected copy of it, was all boxed up and addressed and on the back seat. I know, heart attack, right? The police warned me that within 24 hours my car would likely be on a ship headed for South America, and so I went on to Colorado to do some research, and as it turned out, to see to an ill sister. Fortunately for me, they found my car a few days later. And although much of that year is a blur to me now, I do remember the telephone call with you when you informed me that the police had said that there were some papers on the back seat of the car. I no longer know whether the partially stripped car was sitting on the Galveston Freeway where they found it, or if it had been impounded by that time. I do remember that you were instrumental in getting me my manuscript back. Who even cared about the car anymore? Despite my fuzzy memory of that year, what is crystal clear to me is your constant kindness and generosity, and the friend that you were from the start and have been ever since. It would be wonderful if for their first job, every new assistant professor landed at a place like Rice where there were people like you. Despite all the various traumas of my year at Rice, I shall never forget having lunch with you and talking about what we were reading or working on, or the way you introduced me to people you thought I should know, or how you were always there when life's unexpected events presented themselves. Thank you for being such a person. Thank you for your dedication to the Journal, and thank you for being a friend. I know you will be pleased to know that I am finally back to my slavery project, a project that we both thought would have been completed 10 years ago. Now that your workload has been dramatically reduced, you can be sure that as soon as it's done, you will be the first person to see it. Actually, John, one of the most wonderful things that I know about you is that even if you remained editor of the Journal, you would still find the time somewhere to give this manuscript a going over. Many thanks again for being the scholar, the editor, and the friend that you have been for so many of us. Wishing you all the best, Stephanie.